Okay, I had a bunch of footage on taking this tarp off to put a new one on. And I had it, let's just put it this way, I'm not a good man at taping by myself. Doing a video, I should say. Taping's old. Anyway, there's a couple things you want to make sure you absolutely positively do. This prayer right here, you want to make sure you take a file and file that really good. Make it nice and smooth. So when you slide that new tarp on, you don't rip it. Same with down here. I already took this off. Sorry I don't have a video on it. Had to drill out these rivets, pulled the cap off, and I pulled this line out of here. And when I put it, before I put it back together, I pull this out. I had to take this off. Before I put it back together, before I put the tarp in there, I took a file and I filed it all the way around so I could rub my hand on it and not cut myself. Same with the other end. Took this and marked it where it goes back in. And honestly, really, that I know don't really matter to mark it, because this right here is where you put in like a canvas or a sunscreen at. So you want to make sure you're in the right spot there, because it has a little nub behind it on the back side here that has to go into a hole to get it on right, else it won't go on all the way. So if it don't go on all the way, you don't have the little, there's two little pieces of steel that stick out that has to go into a cutout. And when you put them at cutout, you should see this right here too. Sorry for the video because I can't see the screen very well. But what I did is I put this on two sawhorses and I stuck this pipe through the ladder. And because the material was hanging, I put it up, not here, but I put it up here instead of here, even on the sawhorses. I put the pole up here so it faced down because the material was hanging, so I could feed it on gently. And I strung it through them two. I slid it through. I had it all the way that way, and I slid it all on. Just moved the pipe, pulled the material, moved the pipe, pulled the material. Then I had to come down here every time I pulled the material and straighten the material so it wouldn't get jammed up, because you don't want to yank it and rip a hole. So I got that back together and just waiting on my partner to help me roll this up. And after we get it all in place, what I'm going to do is there's screw holes. I think you can see that one right there. I'm trying to get close, but I can't do it. But you can see a little hole up there. I'm not going to worry about that one. There's a hole right up there, you can see. And what you want to do is run a little nut through that into that plastic material. And it holds it in place. So when it goes up and down, or in and out, it'll stay in one line. It won't overlap each other and go off course overlapping. It'll go straight back and forth. You want to tie these up, unless you have two people and want to have it out like this to put this end on. I watched a couple videos and this seemed like the best way, but you have to tie this in place, because if you don't tie it, it's going to blow out like that because of the strut on there, and it's going to knock you off the ladder, or knock you in the head or something like that. But my other helper wasn't here, and I got impatient, so what I did is I fed it up there all the way to there. And then I brought it around here on the front of the trailer and kind of held it in place with the ladder. Let the ladder get underneath it. Then I could pull it this way little by little by little. And then I got enough pulled where it fell down, but when the wind blew it, it kind of blew it out, so I just gently tugged it back this way. And I mean gently. And once you get 3/4 of it on, it'll slide the rest of the way anyway. But that's how I did all this by myself. And I hope that helped. The old one, I just cut it off. You don't need it, you're not going to reuse it.